Homework. Number one, in this season, when you're making all the plans, you're signing up for the things, schedule God first. Put it on your calendar. This is something I had to learn in marriage, of putting dinner with family on the calendar. So that when someone said, hey, can we meet? I would look, and I would say, dinner with family. I'm already booked. And it's the same thing with God. You got a day off? Give him 3 hours of that day. You're like, this is time for me to go for a walk. This is time for me to read. This is time for me to decompress, to sit on the porch, to be in nature, to put God first. Schedule it. Schedule God first. Schedule the family meeting. Put it on your personal calendar. I want big chunks of time in the week that are sacred and protected, where I do no work, no chores, no entertainment or screens or media. This is God's space, or maybe family space. Shoot for 3 or 4 hours if you can. That's generally about how long it takes for me to decompress and unload and open up. It takes about 3 hours. And if that sounds crazy, look at your screen time on your phone. You can go to settings on your iPhone and click screen time. I bet by deleting one app, you can find 4 hours a week. I think it's crazy. Like, you don't want to look at screen time. I'm sure Android has that too, right, Joe? Yeah, he gives me the thumbs up. So generally by deleting like one app, we could find 4 hours. It's crazy. Next, prepare ahead. Prepare ahead for God to show up. This means do the chores, make the list. When you see your schedule, think, I've got this coming up, and if this isn't done, I won't be able to rest because I'll be just panicked about it or anxious about it. So that means I've got to get it done. So that means I got to stay up a little later. I got to do a little thing here so that this other space is sacred and protected. Do that. Figure that out. Do the chores ahead. Set the email to auto respond. Set the text thing, that I'm unavailable, or the space. Tell friends and family I have an important meeting and I just won't be available. But as soon as the meeting's over, I'll check my phone. You don't got to tell them like what you're doing. I have an important meeting, and it's true. I have a meeting with God and myself to be with him. Next, spend the resources. Abraham did not hesitate to kill the goat, to get 28 cups of flour, to do whatever. He withheld nothing. If you need to buy a Bible with the big old words and margins so that you don't look at your phone and it's going to cost you $100, do it. If you need the little devotional, do it. If you need to rent a cabin in the woods or an Airbnb, do it. Spend the resources, plan these things, get away, spend time with God. Buy the book, buy the Bible, rent the cabin, take the time off, take the personal time off and say, okay, I've got this many personal time off. I'm going to take these days, X number of weeks, and I'm going to make this a sacred day unto the Lord. Turn down the overtime, lose the customer. Don't trade money for emotional health. And you might think, well, I just can't afford that, Pastor Ron. I can't afford it. Do you know how much therapy costs? You know how much divorce costs? Because that's what we do. We run ourselves to the edge, and then it all blows up, and then we spend the time. Then we spend the energy. Next, take responsibility for your own priorities. Nobody sets your priorities but you. So take responsibility for them. Your boss doesn't set your priorities. Don't. Well, I'll get fired. Do you trust God? Your spouse doesn't set your priorities. Well, I met my spouse. Your kids don't set your priorities. You choose what you will and won't allow. So take responsibility for that choice. Because so many times we don't take responsibility for it, and then we blame work. Oh, my boss, I gotta work this, I gotta work that, and I just can't turn it down. Have you tried? Well, no, I would. No, I never said I couldn't do it, but then they would look poorly on me and say things. I got this and I got that, and I can't tell the kids no. What if I tell them no to this activity? They're already doing 2 activities and they want to add the third. And I know we don't have time, but if I say no to this too, or I tell them they can only do 1 activity, that they're going to cry. It's okay. Tears don't kill us. I know, but take responsibility and trust God with the outcome.